Welcome for another ball game right here at UFCU Disch-Falk Field. If you're just tuning in and wondering what happened, I thought the game was supposed to clock at 6 o'clock Central. Moved up, game one, already in the books. Texas comes away on the negative side in that ball game. This is how they got here. As in the fourth inning, Texas had a lead. Kansas comes right back, a ball misplayed in the outfield by Rand and Mathis. Leads to 2 runs as Wheeler comes up next with a base hit. But the big blow of the ball game happened later in the ball game in the 5th. As Devin Fall comes to the plate with the bases loaded. Texas was leading 5-4 at the time, but the 3-run double leads to an 11-5 victory for Kansas. So that's where we are here at Game 2. It's a gorgeous night. The reason that we're playing Game 2 tonight is because of inclement weather. You can see the standings as Texas falls to 5-5. Kansas improves their record to 3-9. Welcome, I'm Keith Morlow along with Greg Swindell inside UFCU Disch-Falk Field. Greg, when you looked at the first ball game, the things that have been costing Texas showed up in the middle part of the ball game. Their inability to play defense and their struggles in the bullpen.
Yeah, we talked about it in the opening of game one. They had to clean up the defense. They had to pitch better. It didn't happen. They played a good first half of that ball game, but then it all kind of went away. And once Kansas took the lead, Ben Kraut, the lefty for Kansas, put it in cruise control and really made it look easy after the first 4 innings.
Well, Kansas comes up with the victory, and Ben Kraut was outstanding. Now we go to Game 2, and for Richie Price in his 14th season as the head coach of Kansas, his lineup looks almost identical as to it did in Game 1, except some changes down at the bottom. Marcus Wheeler was the DH in at first base, and T.J. Martin will be the DH for Richie Price. But the guy, for me, that jumps off the page is Michael Tinsley. He is an outstanding player, 3 hits in Game 1.
He showed that. He's back behind the plate in Game 2 as he was in Game 1. Very good hitter. You see the average. Texas did a good job early in the game keeping the runners off in front of him. But later in the game, not so much. They'll be facing tonight Kyle Johnston, 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore from Flower Mound, making his 10th start. So just a 1-1 record, a good ERA. 41 innings, 22 strikeouts stands out to me. I mean, walks, quite a few walks for Kyle Johnson. The key for him is strike 1. First pitch strikes, get ahead of these hitters, command his off speed, and trust his fastball. He's got an explosive fastball, which I think he needs to throw more, in my opinion.
Well, the reason that he is throwing tonight, people who cover and watch the Longhorns, he has been the Sunday guy in the rotation. The reason he bounces back because Ty Culbreth, who usually pitches on Saturday, had a big long bullpen earlier this week. Obviously, these games were changed because of the weather that's coming in over the course of the weekend. There may be 4 to 6 inches of rain here in the Austin area. So because of that, Johnston had not thrown his bullpen, so they held him out. So he's able to go. Culbreth will go tomorrow.
Yeah, just a day early. Actually, 2 days early for Kyle, but normally throws his bullpen yesterday. Did not do it, knowing that they were going to play the doubleheader. Ty will go on his normal day on Saturday.
You look at it, this becomes a gigantic ball game. Got to take care of business at home. Drop the first one to Kansas. Your record back to 500 in conference play. You just can't afford to lose ball games at home. And for Kansas, they had one. That's just their second win in Game 1 today. Their second win away from home this season.
Second win, and coming into it, we weren't expecting what we saw in the first game, but Kansas came out and did a good job swinging the bat, and the pitching did as well.
We're getting ready to go. Glad you're with us. It's going to be a beautiful evening. See what happens here. Johnston out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball, top of the zone. Doesn't get a call to strike. We had a very small strike zone in Game 1.
Yes, a lot of pitches, a lot of close pitches. Not called.
Moroni, outstanding ball game in Game 1. He was 3 for 6. Lines this down the left field line and hooks it foul. He scored 2 times. Did his job in the leadoff spot. Average up to 321 on the year. He's a senior from Pleasanton, California. Did not start the season in the leadoff spot. Has been moved into that spot last few ball games, last 10 ball games, hitting .364 as a leadoff hitter. Some guys are comfortable leading off innings.
It's good coaching.
Well, if you get a guy that is good coaching, if you can find a guy to get that done. 2-1 delivery. This is outside. A little bit different look defensively. Joe Baker, who has played his first game after missing 14 consecutive games with a DH in the first game at shortstop here in game 2. 3-1 in there for a strike. Good to have Joe back in the lineup and able to this is the first game he's played at short all year. Payoff pitch. Popped up, back out of play.
Joe starting the season was at second. Texas trying to find the right mix. Got Gerwitz over there now. Joe played well at shortstop last year. He plays in inner squad and during practice, but game situation a little different.
Johnston's 3-2 pitch again. Fouled off, back out of play. Be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming here. This Kansas ball club sees a lot of pitches. This is his 8th plate appearance of the night when you include game 1 for Maroney, and he has seen 35 pitches to this point. Off the hands, out to second. Gerwitz has it, flips to first. Nice play by Gerwitz, and that's the way the ball game starts. Kansas, Greg, was retired the first 6 guys in a row to start game 1.
Yeah, started out exactly the same way. That a 3-2 pitch from Kyle Johnston. A good spot. I mean, it jammed Maroney. Don't see that too often on 3-2 pitch, but a good spot for Kyle Johnston.
Chuck from Richmond, British Columbia. He's a senior. He was 2 for 6, scored a run, drove in 2 in game 1. The 0-1. We see Johnston all season long. He has gone back and forth, Greg, between the windup, the stretch, just trying to get comfortable. And I think the key word was in your keys, is he's got to command his fastball.
Got to command the fastball. This where he feels the most comfortable is from the stretch. He's done this the last 3 starts. You have to get to a point to where you stay with the same motion, same. He feels more comfortable from the stretch, which I say it all the time. You end up in that position anyway. You just take away the step back. You get a better balance point when you're from the stretch. It's easier to get to a balance point from the stretch.
Yeah, but when you're teaching young pitchers especially, and sometimes you can't fall and be a pitcher. You got to drive. It's not a fall to the plate, it's a drive to the plate. And that allows him in the stretch to get to a position where he can push off the backside and drive. The 1-2. Live fastball there, just missed, and the count evens. Johnson set. Fouled off, back out of play. If you're just tuning in and missed game 1, one of the things we were talking about, and Rich Price has really tried to get his guys to buy into, is the fact that they don't hit balls out of the ballpark. They only have 8 on the season. He says, guys, we got to see more pitches. We got to cut down on our strikeouts, and they do see a lot of pitches. They fight off a lot of pitches. Comes up with the strikeout there. 2 gone for Kansas, but you already see 2 batters, 15 pitches already for Kyle Johnston.
Yeah, when you're not going to hit for power, you have to make a pitcher work. You see the pitches, take good at bats, take quality at bats. I think a 5, 6, 7 pitch at bats is a quality at bat.
McLaughlin steps in, sophomore, San Jose, California. He was 1 for 4, scored a run in game 1. Now that's some eye black right there. Big, thick piece. Off of the fist. First test for Baker. Throw across the diamond in time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Jayhawks here in the first. Baker gets tested. 48th season as a head coach, Division I college baseball. Augie Garrido, you can see right there, 15 World Series appearances, 5 titles, tied for second most in both categories. His lineup in game 2 looks like this tonight. And one of the things that jumped off the page right away for me was the fact that you see Baker not only back in the lineup, but moving up in the order.
You saw the lefty pretty good in the first game. Krauf got another lefty on the mound for Kansas in the second game. Put him up in that 2-hole. Hopefully Travis Jones can get on. Maybe you can do some other things besides bunt. Blake Wyman, tall lefty, 6'4", sophomore out of Colorado, making his 8th start of the season, 1-3 record, 39 innings. Not going to walk too many. Got an average fastball, nothing overpowering. Another good changeup. Left-handed pitcher. He needs to control his off-speed. Talking to Coach Price. Says sometimes young pitchers, you got to takes a while, but he's had a little trouble commanding that off-speed pitch.
And where he's missed upstairs. Travis Jones steps in. Sort of a 3/4 sidearm delivery. It's an unusual delivery from a big man. Most of the time, guys that are 6'6", 6'7" are over the top. Yeah. He sort of drops down a little bit.
Chris Sale. Saley?
Oh,
Chicago White Sox kind of looked like, I mean, that's what went right to my mind. It's not 100 miles an hour, but same type of delivery.
Jones was 1 for 2 in game 1. Scored a run, drove in a run. Sophomore from Humble. Steps back in. Ball hit pretty well into left center. Going back is after. He won't get to it. It's going to be off the 405 sign. Jones with a big turn. Holds up with a leadoff double. Texas did that so well in the first 5 innings of the ball game. But this is an excellent swing. It's good extension right there. Big man, ball really gets good carry right there into the gap.
That's one of his best bolts this year. That ball landed about 400 feet out in left center. Good start for the Longhorns.
Texas as a team has done a good job of swinging the bat against left-handed pitching. They're hitting .322 as a team against left-handers. And in the 10 innings played in the game, Texas has had the leadoff guy on 8 out of 10. So Joe Baker steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. Baker back in the lineup in game 1. He was 1 for 4, scored a run. His first start of the year at shortstop. Wyman set. Just misses downstairs. Michael Tinsley instantly, did you see him go to it? He just, as soon as he caught it, didn't throw it back, said, hey, get that front shoulder coming right at me.
He sees him every pitch, every start. Almost like having a second pitching coach out there.
Baker trying to go the other way, fouls it off.
Wyman 0-1 in his career against Texas. It is 3 1/3 innings. 9 hits, 3 runs in his career.
Straight away for Baker. It's the defense for Kansas. The 1-2. Got him on the inside corner, and Baker knew it. Good location after going away, sneaks that fastball in.
A well-located fastball. See where Tinsley set up. right there on the inner half. And a good pitch. You swing at it, you're not going to do too much with it.
Baker knew it instantly, too. You know, as a hitter, you go, oh, that's right there. Barrera will step in. Trace 1 for 4 with a double in game 1. Breaking ball just misses downstairs.
It's called a curveball, but it looks more of a later bite, kind of a sweeping, slurvy pitch.
It's from his arm slice,
right,
where the ball comes out of his hand and makes it more of a sweeper. Wyman looking back at Jones. Jones's excellent speed. 3 out of 4 in the stolen base department on the year. You can tell this ball's sneaking up on the Longhorn hitters right now. The velocity's not overpowering, but it's just the way the ball's coming out of his hand.
Nice catch off the wire, that young man.
That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark. Did you ever take your glove to the park as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
You never know.
Souvenir.
This ball fouled off by Barrera. It's going to make its way down and it hits the wire. Can't tell from that angle, but the wire's still shaking. He stayed with it, kept his eye on the ball over the rail.
Nice. Yeah, he's got a little bit longer than 11-inch glove there, though. He's got a big old first baseman's glove. Might as well bring a big one if you're bringing one.
We've seen a glove bigger down that right field line before. Well, you bring that big 3-foot glove.
1 and 2 to Trace. Fastball tried to sneak it in there. Barrera pulled it foul. I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing the glove to the ballpark. I think that, I mean, is there an age limit on when you?
I was just about to say, maybe for a kid.
So there's an age limit. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, protection,
Yeah.
be at the ballpark, want a foul ball.
Okay, yeah. If you bring your family and you got young kids for protection, yeah.
1-2 misses outside. Well, let's put an age limit on it. You think at 15?
20.
20, okay.
15, we're in high school age. I mean, you still might get a little ragging from your friends, but and at that age, you probably think you can catch everything barehand anyway.
Some of the missiles I've seen, you're not going to catch
No.
barehand. 2-2. Rip to left. This should do it. Into the corner. Texas will play with a lead again. Barrera on his way to second with an RBI double.
Smokey down there. Haven't heard him since the 4th inning of that first game, but Tress gets one out over the plate. It's a good swing on it. See him right here. Connor Mays putting the hex on it. He's still talking to it. He's still talking to it right there. Oh, he's fishing. He's reeling them in.
Texas 11-5 when scoring first this season. Jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Gaffed him and brought him in the boat.
They weighing him now.
Oh, they're taking pictures.
Casey Clements steps in. Casey 2 for 4. He drove in a run in game 1. Average up to 288 on the year. He's had a great month of April. Struggled in February. See Connor Mays right there.
That's good to see because Texas, they've been struggling. I mean, this game can wear you down to a point to where you kind of like, what else can we do or what else can't we do?
Baseball is humbling, to say the least.
It's having fun over there on the bench.
Wyman set. Fastball in there for a strike, and the count evens. Breaking ball stays upstairs. Wyman is having a tough time seeing the signals, and you can see Tinsley behind the plate going outside of his body to give the signs. And sometimes when pitchers are having a tough time seeing that, you'll use touches on the outside of your body to.
In game one, they were doing that with Krauth on the mound.
It is difficult to pick up. A lot of times, the second place I touch, first place I touch, maybe the last place I touch.
And that's one of the reasons why the man in the box right now is wearing his glasses, because he couldn't see the signs from the catcher when he was pitching. And so he'd always have to double take and look and squint. And
the 3-1 popped up, back out of play. And the count goes full. So we'll do it over again at 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. Texas with a chance now to get some separation here early. First and second, one out as Gerwitz comes to the plate. Zane 0 for 4 in game one. He's really been swinging a hot bat as of late. First time he's had an 0 for in a while. Opportunity here. Fastball in there for a strike.
Over in that first game, but played some good defense. Very good second base. He's been doing that since he's been over there. Just one error for Zane.
See the first 20 games of the year, 268. In center, played good center field. But he's been outstanding offensively and defensively since moving to second in the last 14 ball games.
More extra base hits.
The 0-2. Curveball hit pretty well into the gap in left center. This got a chance, folks. It's gone. 3-run homer, Zane Gerwitz. 4-0 Texas.
That was a different looking swing right there. I mean, Zane just attacked this ball. With that homer, a 4 spot in the first right now. You see there, he got the foot down. Slight hesitation. Got some lift on it. Oh, there's no wind, so that ball was all Zane, a hanging breaking ball.
Great extension for Gerwitz, his second of the year. Texas breaks it open early. The day has offensively for Texas, they've had some slugging percentage.
Oh yeah.
That's the 8th extra base hit. Obviously this is game 2. They lost game 1, but 8th extra base hit in the 2 ball games here today. Cody Clement steps in. 1-0 in there. He gets good lift, like you said, out in front, just over the wall. Last 5 ball games, the long ball has been a part of Texas. Pitch in there for a strike. Second strikeout for Wyman. But he's also allowed 3 hits and 4 runs.
Feast or famine this inning. 2 strikeouts looking, 3 extra base hits and a walk.
Michael Cantu got a couple of hits in game 1. He was 2 for 4, drove in a run, scored a run in the DH spot here in game 2. Michael Tinsley took that right off the right shoulder. He doesn't wear one of those protective pads that a lot of guys wear on that right shoulder. That caught him right off of the shoulder.
Kind of dropped his head in
Ooh,
pain.
Yeah. You're going to get beat up back there. The 0-1. Breaking ball, good one. And it's quickly 0-2. Up and away. Always felt like that's the biggest waste pitch you can throw. 30th pitch of the inning coming.
30.
Just missed there, and it's 2-2.
Tough pitches to take as well.
Just missed upstairs.
Just above the zone.
The count is full. Inning continues. 0-2 to a walk. That would prompt a visit. Anytime that you get 0-2 and it leads to a walk, you're always wondering, well, Ryan Graves headed out to talk to his big left-hander. You know, you've got to get some length. You're in the second game of a doubleheader, even though Kansas really didn't have their bullpen tested.
Yeah.
But Rich Price told us that he said, look, with the injuries we've had, losing our Saturday night starter, Sunday starter, and our Tuesday starter, we've got guys in different roles, and we don't have the depth. And
different roles and inexperienced. Not pitching very much at this level and against this type of competition.
Well, any ball club that loses 3/4 of their starting staff is going to have some problems. Patrick Mathis steps in. Mathis, 1 for 3 in game 1, scored a run. Gives a little on that breaking ball for strike 1. Tinsley's taking a beating back there in this first inning.
Already.
That went off the face mask. You adjust everything and say, is everything in the right spots? That's what you.
I got to lead off next inning. Am I going to have any body parts left?
Plus, caught the entire first ball game. Breaking ball misses outside. Mathis, a sophomore from Waco. Got him with a high fastball. 3-run homer, reeled in by Connor Mays. Barrera hits one into the corner, and Mays is reeling it in.
Texas Baseball on Longhorn Network is brought to you by Whataburger. Get your day started at Whataburger with a jalapeno cheddar biscuit.
Anybody who drives up and down I-35 knows you don't move that fast. With a great view of UFCU Disch-Falk Field and Hookem.
He's feeling it.
He's feeling it. 4 runs on 3 hits. The big blow, the Zane Gerwitz 3-run homer in the first. Texas with a 4-0 lead as Kyle Johnston toes the rubber here in the second with a 4-run lead. He'll be facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Kansas. Michael Tinsley will lead it off. Tinsley, a junior from Menlo Park, California, San Francisco area between Palo Alto and San Francisco. Good player. Had him out in front on a changeup, and it's 1-1. Johnny Bench watch list. Chases a high hard one there. Comes up empty.
I don't see him do that too often. Good fastball by Kyle Johnston. I think Michael Tinsley trying to get one back.
Scored 4 runs in game 1. That's a career high for him. He's reached base in 4 consecutive plate appearances. Where's that pitch? And the count evens. Sometimes the umpire can get fooled as well.
You keep saying stuff I'm going to say.
I'm sorry.
He fooled the umpire on that one.
That is a dynamite pitch right there. Fastball misses outside, and the count's full. Johnson steps off, takes a long, deep breath. The payoff coming. Hit pretty well into right center. Mathis run it down though, as he's able to catch up to it. Ball sort of died. Might have caught that out on the end just a little bit.
Just off the end of the bat, but hit out there around the same spot as that one in the first game. Now there's no sun. Tyler Rand gets there easily.
Tell he called the ball quickly. The path that Mathis took, you could tell that Rand said, I'm the one, I've got it. So communication was much better there.
Could have been a little communication within the ranks in the dugout and in between games as well.
Colby Wright steps in. He's a senior from Castro Valley, California as well. 0 for 2 in game 1.
That's what gets me right there. The timeout was called and the batter never stepped out of the box.
But then there shouldn't be time awarded. Breaking ball misses down. Wright steps back in. Got a piece of him up on the shoulder. First base runner of the ball game with the Jayhawks.
Fastball gets away from Kyle. Right off the shoulder.
Does a nice job though. It's young players, young hitters. Ball starts to come in on you. Just keep turning with it. Get that head turned away.
Kind of eases the ball hitting your body.
Devin Foyle will step in. Man of the match in game 1 for Kansas. He drove in a career high 5 runs in game 1. His 3-run double separated the game. That put Kansas in the lead to stay. He's a true freshman from Fountain Hills, Arizona. Switch hitter. Conversation over. Here we go. Breaking ball. Right there. Texas a double play depth in the infield, straight away in the outfield. Delay steal, throw to second. Got him.
That was a good job by Wright. Sold the delayed steal. The throw by Tress was right on the bag. And the way Wright was out. What's the quick tag by Joe Baker right there? Sweep it down there. Get the glove out.
Little double pump. Does he get him? Oh, I tell you
Got
what,
him.
by an eyelash. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. It's the 5th time that Barrera's thrown out a would-be base stealer in 11 attempts. The 2-2. Upstairs. And it's a full count. Well, you're down 4. Interesting time to run. The payoff. Pull foul.
Element of surprise.
Yeah, I guess. Still got a lot of baseball left to be played, only in the 2nd.
Got a man at the plate with 5 RBIs on the day.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming. Down the left field line, but fading foul.
Gotta move your feet down there.
Somebody's got a souvenir, though.
He still got the ball, but I feel like he was stuck in the cement.
I understand that feeling. 3-2 pitch. Hit pretty well to right. Mathis coming on. He has it. And the inning is over. We go to the 2nd. 4-0 Texas. Enjoying the evening, as it might be the last good evening we have in Central Texas for a few days. If you're just tuning in, and one more time, and the reason we're playing doubleheader tonight is weather coming in over the course of the weekend, and it is a gorgeous night. 73 degrees on the big board. It was a Chamber of Commerce afternoon, Greg. Just gorgeous sunshine. Kansas wins game 1, 11-5. Texas with a 4-0 lead here as we go to the bottom of the 2nd in game 2.
See the Texas fans trying to get the wave going? Get the wave going at the dish.
The dish. Do you go down and come back, or do you go down and go around?
Guess you got to hope that the outfielders do it and bring it on around.
Tyler Rand will lead it off. 8 hitters to the plate for Texas in the 1st. They put a 4 spot on the board, the big blow. Zane Gerwitz 3-run homer. Rand had a good ball game in game 1. See, he was 2 for 4. Scored a run, drove in a run.
Made an outstanding catch as well.
Off of the fist, out to right. Coming over, making the play is Mahoney. For the first out, back to the top of the order. Travis Jones doubled deep into the left field corner. His first time up, came in to score on Barrera's double. Texas with 3 extra base hits. The big one, though, a 3-run shot by Gerwitz in the 1st. junior right there from San Antonio. I would say he has made the adjustment to become an infielder pretty quickly.
Yes, he has. I mean, it was his natural position. He was an infielder in high school.
Well, he played third a lot in his career here, but I mean,
Right.
just to getting back,
Get back there.
yeah, you spend a whole year in the outfield, as he did as a sophomore. And then the first 20 games of your junior year in the outfield, and all of a sudden, nope, we're going to play second. Maybe it's relaxed him, made him more comfortable.
That's not as far a run to the outfield.
A 3-1 to Jones. And the count goes full. Got him. Foul tip. 2 quick outs, 4 strikeout for Wyman, the big lefty.
3-0, and then just bump 3 more fastballs in there. See him slap his glove. Why couldn't I do that in like 3 pitches? Didn't have to take 6.
Joe Baker steps in. Baker was a strikeout victim his first time up. Sophomore from McKinney. Ball hit pretty well out into left center. Over, can't come up with it. This Foley, excuse me, Foyle. It looked like there was a little miscommunication there between Hafner and Foyle.
And again, the ball hangs up in the air long enough for Hafner to get over there as well. And then look right at the end, looks like he shied away. No communication going on. If you make it a vocal, I got it, it takes away all the.
Yeah. First error of the series by Kansas. There have been 3 errors in the series, 3 miscues, all by outfielders. You just don't see that very often.
2 on. I wouldn't say routine fly balls because they had to go catch them, but both of them were kind of camped under the ball.
Barrera doubled his last time up to drive in a run. Scored on the Gerwitz homer. Wyman should be out of the inning. See if Texas can take advantage. Ball ripped down the left field line. It's going to hook foul. Home run distance, but hook foul. Look out, Joe.
Both Joes.
Absolutely.
Smokey Joe. See the left field people out there excited. So they tweeted they got Zane's home run ball. So this Zane's home run ball is sitting out there with the left field people beyond the fence.
Sure, he'll take that. 0-2 to Barrera. Time call. Again, the communication of the signals between Tinsley and Wyman has been disrupted.
It's been with a runner on second.
Yeah.
So you think they're wondering if something's being relayed. Not saying that there is, but it just seems like each time the runner has been on second, they have a meeting.
0-2.
They just went out there and told him what to throw. No sign.
Breaking ball misses downstairs. Tinsley's tried to do his best by painting his nails to allow the pitchers to see the signals. Can't really tell that. You can see the little pink right there.
If you can't see your regular fingers, you're not going to see the pink, because if you look at your finger, it looks kind of pink anyway under the nail.
Barrera takes off for first. Was he hit by the pitch?
I believe he was.
I don't think.
The catcher's telling him to come back.
See the pitch here.
Yeah, he hit him.
They're going to bring him back to the plate. Barrera's asking.
Oh, good try, Tress. You see? He sold it pretty good.
They're going to have a conversation to make sure they get it right. All four umpires come together. Did anybody see it?
Had Bob Cole, the announcer, fooled. They were already getting the next hitter up there. Had music playing. The catcher was like, "Oh, come on." Tinsley's like, "Get back here."
That was a nice job by Tinsley to keep the ball in front. Barrera will step back in with a 2-2 count. Downstairs, and the count goes full. Casey Clements awaits on deck.
52 pitches so far in the second.
It should be out of this frame. Breaking ball, misses inside. Barrera trots down to first. Casey steps in. He walked his first time up, came in to score on Gerwitz's 3-run homer. Junior from Houston. See that average, we mentioned it his first time up, steadily going up.
See that number, 42 around Major League Baseball today. They're honoring Jackie Robinson. Every player in Major League Baseball will wear number 42 today.
Changed the face of baseball.
He was a pretty good player, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Jackie Robinson played at UCLA. Texas made a trip out, 3-game set to play at Jackie Robinson Stadium. UCLA.
You play any other sport out there?
He was a track star.
Yeah.
The 1-0. Downstairs. Good hitter's pitch coming for Clements.
He got a 2-0 fastball from Krauth in the first game. Hit his first career triple. See if he gets another fastball to hit right here.
He'll be setting on it. The 2-0. Took that one that time. And it's 2-1. 6 consecutive outside the zone before that pitch there. The 2-1. Catches the corner. Clements doesn't like it, but it's 2-2.
A generous strike. What a pitch that he has called tonight.
Deuce is wild here. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Downstairs, and the Texas runners will be off here.
I think you'll see a breaking ball. Seen a lot of fastballs right here. This at bat.
Fifth 3-ball count of the night. Chop foul. You got a fastball.
Yep.
Had him out in front. We'll do it again at 3-2. Gerwitz awaits on deck. Three-run homer his last time up. The runners will be off. On the ground to left, Baker. He'll come in to score. 5-0 Texas.
One of the better at-bats by Casey Clemens. 2 strikes, 3 count, 3-2 count, but a fastball away. Doesn't try to do too much, doesn't try to pull the ball. Just shoots it over in that hole. Gets him the RBI.
4th hit of the game for Texas. Zane Gerwitz steps in. Hit a breaking ball out of the ballpark his last time up. This ball crushed down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul.
I think I'm staying away from Zane if I'm Wyman.
2nd homer of the year. RBIs 16, 17, and 18. That pitch drifted back in the zone.
Wasn't the location he wanted right there.
Quickly, though, it's 0-2. Down the right field line, just out of the reach. Mahoney. Gerwitz got a breaking ball here.
He got that front foot down, breaking ball up in the zone. Really a good swing by Zane right there. Had a tough game at the plate in the first game, and now they're rolling the dice in the second game.
That ball almost came back to the field of play right there.
Yeah, it wasn't fouled by much. Great effort by Maroney out there.
Oh, 2 again. On the ground to first. Wheeler has it, steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. But Texas takes advantage of a miscue, increases their lead to 5-0. Some great matchups around the Big 12 and throughout the nation. You see Kansas State, that would be a big victory for the Wildcats. Be their first one of the first ones they've gotten on the road this season. Baylor and Oklahoma State tied up at 2. How about the Aggies? Starkville lead 4-2. And Louisville blowing out Clemson. That's a sort of surprise. Clemson's got a really good Friday night guy. Obviously didn't have his stuff tonight.
Not tonight. It's a good one though in Starkville.
Kyle Johnston out for his 3rd inning of work. He's been staked to a 5-0 lead. He's faced the minimum, has not allowed a base hit in the game to this point. Did hit a batter, but Wright was thrown out on a delayed steal, so he's faced the minimum. So 7, 8, 9 due for Kansas here in the 3rd. Hafner will lead it off. Chops on the ground to Baker. Up with it. Go to first in time. So Baker's look comfortable at short.
2 for 2. A lot of times after you've been out there though in game situations, you know this, after coming back from the injury, it's how will Joe feel tomorrow?
Yeah, because the adrenaline's flowing tonight. Marcus Wheeler will step in, junior from Phoenix. Did a good job in the first ball game. the ball hard a couple times. Was 1 for 4 with a ribby. At first base, DH in game 1. Breaking ball misses outside. Does it change your pattern any at all, Greg, as a pitcher, when you've got a 5-0 lead? And it's like right there. I mean, you've fallen behind 3-0. There's really no reason, in my opinion, in that to attack the strike zone with the fastball.
I think, well, I have a problem with the second pitch of the at bat. Yeah, it's a good pitch if you get it over the plate for a strike, but you're putting yourself in a deeper hole when you fall behind 2-0 and then 3-0. The second pitch, the breaking ball after being down 1-0, I'm coming back in there with a fastball. If he hits it out of the park again, it's 5-1. But you challenge hitters in that point. That, to me, that's not challenging.
3-1 pitch, misses outside. A hit batter and a walk now is all Johnson has allowed. TJ Martin making his first appearance of the series, the DH. Here for the Jayhawks in game 2.
Big boy.
Sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. Just down the road from Lawrence.
I was looking at this roster for Kansas State. There's about 4 boys from the same high school.
Must be a good program. Obviously.
In Overland Park.
Kansas City excited about baseball. Their first world championship since 1985 last year. The 0-1 downstairs, and it's 1-1.
I remember playing with Cleveland, and towards the end of his career, not really the end of his career, Bud Black came through and had that nice Kansas City World Series ring, and I'd wear it on the flights. Let me see that thing. Him and Jesse Orozco. Let me see that ring. Let me wear that ring.
You got you one before it was over.
I got one.
Chopped on the ground. I got one early in my career and thought this is going to be every day. It's going to happen every day. 1-2 to Martin.
But you got it. You still got it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Martin, 4 for 16 in Big 12 play. Throw over. Wheeler back to the bag. Got him with a good breaking ball. Second strikeout for Johnston. And speaking of, World Series, it was exciting in Kansas City, no question about it.
Well, they came very close the year before.
Yeah, but
when you get that close, you get a taste of it.
we get so used to see certain teams win it every year.
It's kind of refreshing.
It was. Breaking ball in there, first strike. They beat the New York Mets. Tell you what, it looked like blue bonnets. When you look back, that looks like a gorgeous Texas Hill Country.
It's like driving up 71 right there.
Folks celebrating the World Championship. Ronnie steps in 0 for 1. He's been on a tear. He's 3 for 6 in game 1. Drop that one in there, and it's 1-2.
I guess they're going to keep throwing it until he gets a feel for it. That was a good one. Hung the one to Martin, but the speed was just slow enough for get the swing and a miss.
Breaking ball misses outside. There's certain times in an inning where you've got to be your best, and I think Johnson probably has been as good as anybody on this Texas staff when he faces hitters with 2 outs. I mean, hitters are only 10 for 50 against him with 2 outs on the season, and that's a pretty good number. You can hold anybody to a batting average of 200. You're doing a pretty good job.
It should have been 10 for 51. A good pitch by Kyle Johnston. Doesn't get the call now. He's got to come back here. 3-2.
50th pitch of the ball game coming. Barrera reminding everybody that you got to go across the diamond. 3-2, 2 out. Runner will be off from first. There goes the runner. Pop to center. Rand has a beat on it, calls for it, puts it away. And the inning over for Kansas. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-0 Texas. Cody Clements has done a nice job. The true freshman has swung the bat quite well. Shown some power. He's played second and short. And then big brother has really had a great month of April. Done a nice job at first base. More importantly, and it's what he's done offensively here over the last 3 weeks to a month. Both of them have really swung the bat well. As the weather's warmed up, they've both warmed up.
Like they're feeding off each other.
Dad's not warm. He's got a jacket on.
They had on shorts and short sleeve earlier. Now he's gearing up. I like that jacket there. Give it up, Rocket.
Cody steps in, 1 for 5 tonight in the 2 ball games. Was a strikeout victim his last time up. Popped up.
Straight up.
Behind the plate, looking for some help, and it's actually the pitcher. Wyman makes the play. He looked around and said, "Hey, ain't nobody going to catch that, so I better catch it." And that's exactly what he did.
And Michael Tinsley looks up. He didn't see it initially, and then throws his mask up, finds it, but by that time, Ryan.
Badiachek's right there.
He's the one calling it.
Yeah, and Wyman's just, oh, all right. Badiachek says, I got it, I got it. No, you don't. I got it.
Like,
see that?
Looks like a bowling alley around here.
Michael Cantu steps in. Reverse spin.
It probably would have, if it did hit the ground, it might have went foul anyway. But
if it's not touched in fair territory, you're right. The DH, Cantu with a big hack, comes up empty. Michael walked his first time up. You don't put many F1s on your scorecard.
We've seen a couple of 1 unassisted today. An F1 usually might be a little pop fly 1. That one was up there.
A shower in a rifle barrel, what that's called.
The old shower in a rifle barrel.
Two and 1 to Cantu.
Can you elaborate?
Well, we used to talk about the fact is, it's they pop that one up in a phone booth.
Right.
And then.
Meaning straight up?
It's just straight up. Well, the same thing as in a rifle barrel. The shower, the drops are coming down and almost straight down. This ball's hit pretty well out into left center. Over. Hafner makes the play in left center field. That ball hung up there a little bit. Cantu just missed hitting that ball out of the ballpark.
So you're talking that you shoot it, the rifle
goes straight up and it comes right back to the rifle barrel.
Okay. I got it.
Hafner catches a can of corn. You know what that was? Just a can of corn.
Corn. And
you've also heard the last one that Guys always talk about when a guy swings and miss, he says, if you're waving at me, howdy.
Howdy.
Baseball players come up with odd things in the dugout. There's a lot of spare time. Mathis chops it on the ground. Wheeler has to get to it. Could be a tough play. Mathis outruns it. Should be an infield hit for Patrick Mathis. He beat Wyman to the bag, regardless where the throw was from Wheeler.
Yeah, Wyman did not get a good break. You see right here, he's falling off towards third base. It's a late break. Even if he does get a good feed, probably going to beat that one out.
So the infield hit will bring Tyler Rand to the plate. Inside. Rand popped to right his first time up.
Gotta wear that one.
2 for 5 in the series so far.
Had his mind made up. Pitch just low and in and just could not stop.
Same look right there.
And now everyone's looking at you.
Yeah. He sees that look where he sort of looked up to the sky. He's going, oh, man.
And you get your feet twisted up.
You got that little glance where you go, what am I doing? Comes right back with a base hit, though. Just keep hacking.
Keep trying to pitch him in. He's got a beautiful swing. He's explaining to Ryan Russ right now what happened on that pitch.
I don't think he can.
No.
Back to the top of the order, and Travis Jones.
Ryan Russ will tell you, you don't need to explain, bro.
Anybody that stood at home plate knows. Travis doubled and scored in the first, was a strikeout victim in the second. Activity for the first time in the Kansas bullpen. This is downstairs. Texas was 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position in game 1. They're 3 for 5 here in game 2.
Tyler Davis getting loose.
Ripped foul.
See, even the security guard down the line now brought his glove. Didn't have it earlier this season. Made a good play on that one. Backhanded it.
So, no sense not bringing your glove.
Yeah.
It's better than chasing.
Yeah.
You know, you play catch. Sometimes it's chase. It's not catch.
Fetch.
Fetch. That's exactly right. 1-1 to Jones.
Ooh, he wants that one back, does Travis. That one hung up there good.
It's been a good night for Texas with runners in scoring position.
You look at the numbers and you're like, how'd they lose the first game? Well, Kansas was a little bit better.
One-two delivery. Didn't get the call, and it's 2-2.
Kansas had 11 runs, and we what was it, 7 or 8 with 2 outs in the game 1. This is Sunday's game we're playing right now?
Sunday's game.
We might still be playing on Sunday.
The 2-2. Breaking ball, hit on the ground into left. Could be a play at the plate. A throw, not in time. 6-0 Texas. Travis Jones with his second hit of the night.
2 outs. 2-out RBI. Gets one on the inner half. Pulls it right by Padiacek. Patrick Mathis hustling the entire way.
That could be all. Over 80 pitches now for Wyman. He's trying to give his team some length where they could save their bullpen, but they may have to go to the pen here.
It gets to a point in a game where we're at what, 82 pitches and 2 2/3 innings. Let him go one more hitter and try to get one more out. Joe Baker struck out and hit a long one to the wall, called an error.
Well, Baker 0 for 2 in this one. He did score, but he also, against Wyman, has his only career home run.
Wow.
At Kansas last year as a true freshman. They stay with Wyman. Again, you have a double hitter. You got the third game of the series is tomorrow. You got to sort of save your bullpen. I think we saw a little bit of that from Texas in game 1. Baker 0 for 2 with a run scored. Texas with a 6-0 lead has scored in all 3 at-bats in the ballgame. Baker took a big hack, came up empty. Coming back, playing his first game in the first ball game, first time up, first pitch he saw, he laced to center for a base hit. You can take as much BP, play a little inter squad, and do some other things, but when the lights come on, the crowd comes into the stadium, it's a little different feel. Some time to adjust, to get back your rhythm and timing as a hitter. This ball popped up. Rand had third. Ball fouled back.
This gets me sometimes. There's 2 outs.
I didn't quite get that one. Jones was ready to go. He was headed to second as well. 1-2 to Baker. The 1-2. Got him with the fastball in under the hands, and that ends the inning. Third of the game in the books. 6-0 Texas as Jones drives in the 6th run of the ball game.
The starting pitching comparison in this second game. Blake Wyman, 3 innings, 7 hits, 86 pitches. Did strike out the side in the first, but threw over 30 pitches in that first inning. On the other side, Kyle Johnston, the 3 innings, 50 pitches, 136 pitches so far in 3 innings. Texas has a 6-0 lead.
2 ball games, double hitter. We're into the 4th of the second game. Greg, you and I have seen 458 pitches to this point today.
Yes.
It's a lot of pitches thrown by these 2 ball clubs. Badiachek will lead it off here in the 4th. He was a strikeout victim his first time up.
So if it stays on track, we'll see 720 for the doubleheader.
Toss and misses upstairs. Ryan from British Columbia. Attack, attack, attack right now. 6-0 lead. Chuck now with a 3-1 count.
Canadian-born. Who was your favorite Canadian-born major leaguer?
I don't know. The toughest one I played against was Terry Poole.
Terry Poole
with the Houston Astros. He was a good player.
I like Rumpelstiltskin, Matt Stairs.
Matt Stairs.
Larry Walker.
Larry Walker was another great player. Leadoff walk. Second walk issued. Justin.
Was Ferguson Jenkins Canadian?
He's Canadian as well. Teammate in Chicago. Good hack right there. Laughlin fouls it straight back. Texas looking for a double play ball here. Rhythm. I haven't seen Kyle get into the rhythm tonight. I mean, he's pitching extremely well, throwing a shutout to this point, but I haven't seen him stay with any rhythm. There hasn't been any get the ball and go and attack.
He's struggled to get his breaking ball over for the most part. He has gotten it over, but not consistently. And also the fastball. He's thrown quite a few 3-ball counts, 3-2 counts.
And that's going to prompt a visit from Skip Johnson. And I'm sure that's part of this conversation. I mean, there's certain times you go out and just say, all right, let's look at the big picture. I mean, if I'm walking, I mean, obviously not a pitching expert, but as a catcher, I might have walked out.
You've seen quite a few.
Let's look at this big picture.
Right.
He said, let's attack the zone. Let's find the ball. I'm going to get you the sign quickly. We're going to get the ball. We're going to come attack these hitters. And instead of walking around, he's spending a lot of time between pitches instead of attacking the strike zone.
I think he's trying to be too fine. Trying to be too fine can make you throw a lot of pitches. And in this situation, you have a 6-run lead. Get ahead of hitters, challenge hitters. If they get a couple of hits, then okay, maybe we need to change things up. But until that happens, I'm going right after him.
I think it's a pace. I think your defense is better when you get into a pace. And the 2-1 here. Popped up. Barrera comes back, runs out of room. It'll be 2-2.
Got all these kids running around for the ball, and this guy's might be watching the game on his iPad there. Doesn't move and almost landed right in his lap.
How about that?
Give it to that young man.
Comes back, says thank you.
Mom says, did you say thank you?
Nothing more exciting. 2-2. Out to center. Rand has a beat on it. Under. Puts it away for the first out of the inning. I think that sometimes, I've often said, and you've heard me say it before, that the 12.5 inches that the mound is, the oxygen goes away for pitchers sometime. It gets up there and they start losing oxygen, and
if you let it,
they're really smart when they get back to ground level, but they get up on the mound, they lose some of their intelligence. And let's take the big picture. Hit pretty well to center, but playable for Rand. He continues. He lost this ball. This ball carries back against the wall. As Rand made his first move, I think he saw it, thought he had it, and then he lost it.
The ball kept carrying. It did carry well out to center field, but he kind of coasts on it, and then he turns his back to it right here.
Yeah, you could see that pause when he turned. He lost it, and then by the time he finds it, can't come up to it. First hit of the ball game. Tinsley's 4th hit of the day. Second and third. The Jayhawks have something going here. Pop to center. Coming on quickly is Jones. It's Rand tagging, but holding is the runner at third. And second out of the inning.
Runner at third, Badiachek bluffed going, but that was a little frustration on that throw to home by Tyler Rand. He put something on it.
Foyle will step in. Had a big ball game, drove in 5 in game 1. He's 0 for 1 in this one. Pitch there. First pitch change up in there for a strike.
It's a big spot in the game. You just gave up your first hit, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Kansas has been very good with 2 outs today, scoring runs. Last thing you want to do is give them any momentum right now.
Johnson is working quickly after Skip Johnson, the pitching coach, came to see him. Johnston quickly now out in front, 1 and 2. I think that was part of the visit. Hey, let's get it and go here.
You overthink.
Yeah.
The longer you take, you overthink things. Should already have a pretty good idea of what you want to throw.
The 1-2. Tried to backdoor him with a breaking ball. Went around the plate, and it's 2-2.
Remember, Morgan Cooper kept going away to foil in game 1.
Misses again, same spot, and the count goes full. Consistent is Johnston. 17 pitches in the first, 17 in the second, 16 in the third, and now 17 here in the fourth. The payoff. Changeup off the ground. Gerwitz going to have to make a good play. Far to first in time. Nice play, Zane Gerwitz. 6-0 Texas.
When you need tires,
The difference in this game so far has been Zane Gerwitz. In the first inning, 3-run homer. Makes it a 4-0 ball game. Texas has scored 2 more runs after that, but Kansas trying to get right back into the game. An outstanding defensive play to get a big out to end the inning in the top of the 4th to keep it a 6-0 ball game. Nobody happier than Kyle Johnston for that. 15th straight start at second base, just 1 miscue and a 3-run homer tonight.
Yeah, because Kyle tried to get to that ball but couldn't. Great play by Zane, and a new pitcher for the Kansas Jayhawks, Tyler Davis, 6'1" sophomore, another California product. His 11th appearance. Gets the ball around the zone, giving up 19 hits in 19 innings. Fastball slider, does have a changeup. Go fastball slider to righties. See fastball changeups to the lefties.
So Davis into the game. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Texas. Barrera will lead it off. Barrera has doubled, drive in a run, and scored, and walked. So he is 1 for 1 in the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 miscue for Kansas. 6 runs on 7 hits for Texas. Have not committed a miscue in the ball game. Sometimes I always felt it was tough to pitch down 5 or up 5 sometimes, but you still got to go out and do your job.
The mindset has to be a 0-0 game. Toughest thing to do is, it's even tougher when you're behind 6-0, because one, the team in the other dugout has been swinging the bats good, and you cannot let up. You got to go out there with your best stuff.
And they've got good confidence too.
Right.
Hey, they've got a couple hits in the ball game, and all of a sudden you're in the game, and guys are up there free swinging. 3-1 to Barrera. This ball crushed.
Wow.
This is a no-doubter, folks. Maybe the longest one we've seen in a while.
Oh my.
This ball was hit into the darkness of the night.
Did that land in the tree?
Yes.
The tree is across the street. This ball absolutely crushed by Trask. Perfect timing. Got under, got some lift. And no doubter took his eye off it for a second, but he wanted to watch a little bit, see where that one landed. I don't know if you can see that far. See it back up in that tree. That is a far homer.
How'd you hit it? Low and hard or high and far? I think he hit that one high and far. You fall behind, hitters are going to sit on fastballs, and Barrera set on one right there. Casey Clemens steps in. He is singled to drive in a run and walked. 7-0 Texas now.
That's not a very nice welcoming into the ball game, was
But if
it?
you're going to give one up, you might as well get up a big one.
That's what I always thought. I didn't like the wall scrapers. I wanted the ones. I gave up a couple. I gave up one to Cecil Fielder and one to Jose Canseco, where I think I watched it longer than they did, just to see where it landed. And then I was like, oh wow.
The 2-1. I tell you what, Willie Stargell hit one night in Pittsburgh when I was catching. I shook his hand at home plate.
Yeah.
How did you hit it in the third deck? 2-2 to Casey. Popped up.
Never know.
In that no man's land. Somebody going to call it collision. Everybody's all right. Communication was not good right there.
Kind of been
McLaughlin able to make the play.
like that all night. A little miscommunication. That's the second time Foyle has been involved. If Foyle was calling it, it is the outfielder's ball. But again, luckily, nobody injured on this play. Good catch. He landed flat on his back.
One gone in the inning, and Gerwitz steps in. 3-run homer in the first. Grounded to first his last time up. Back-to-back breaking balls, and quickly it's 0-2 to Gerwitz.
First two breaking balls he's thrown up there have been good ones. See Zane buckling a little bit on him.
Texas has scored a run, at least one, in all 4 at-bats here in Game 2. If you're just tuning in, they dropped Game 1 11-5 to the Jayhawks. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 here in the fourth. Got Gerwitz swinging at a breaking ball. First strikeout for Davis, and 2 gone for Cody Clemens.
Into the breaking ball on Zane. 3 of the 4 pitches. Curveballs.
Cody was a strikeout victim his first time up, and it popped up a mile in the air that Wyman, the pitcher, was able to make the play. So he's 0 for 2. Right arm going up now. Seem to be up in the zone. Greg, did keep seeing Davis going down and get some of the dirt. Did you ever use rosin or dirt?
I like rosin. Rosin got, if you got enough on it, it got sticky. Not too sticky. But it dried up. I sweat a lot when I pitch, so it dried up everything.
Right, but Davis seems to go down and try to grab some of the dirt. I think the dirt makes your hands slick. With a rosin, if you keep going to the rosin, it'll make it.
Yeah, I never understood the dirt thing.
The 2-2. Hit pretty well into the gap in left center. Clements, will he go for two? He tries. Hit first slide, double. Nice hustle by Cody Clements.
Well, the Texas hitters are putting them just enough in the gaps, give themselves an opportunity for two, and the hustle out of the box. Seen Tyler Rand get a couple. Cody got that one. I think they heard us talking about their OPS, taking advantage today in these two games.
10th extra base hit of the 20 that Texas has earned in the two ball games. 10 of them have been for extra bases. Michael Cantu steps in. Ball gets away from Tinsley. Clements moves up 90 feet. And a wild pitch.
Cody wasn't sure exactly how far the ball was away, but then when Tinsley looked over towards the first base side and had his back to the ball, to third.
It's hard to read sometimes to see exactly how far the ball's getting away. Cantu 0 for 1 in this one. Fastball misses downstairs. 2 for 5 on the night in the doubleheader is Cantu. Hit well out to right. Maroney over, able to make the plea. But the Longhorns get on the board, and they do it with a monster shot from Barrera. He gets a fastball and a 3-1 count, and he hit it into the darkness of the night. We go to the top of the fifth, 7-0 Texas. We take this opportunity to go down into the Longhorn dugout and visit with head coach Augie Garrido. And coach, scoring in every frame, got off to a good start. The long ball, extra base hits, slugging percentage, there's no substitute for it.
It really does take the bunting game away and puts more runs on the board, doesn't it? If there's ever been a time for a 2-run home run, the one Barrera hit should be counted as two.
It's two. He hit that one into the darkness of the night,
yes,
didn't he?
Yes, Batman followed it.
You're not kidding on that one, Coach. Hey, Kyle Johnston, Skip went out there a minute ago and said something to him. After that, he picked up the pace a little bit and started getting this game going.
Skip had a lot to do with that, and also Kyle does compete with when he gets the bases loaded, he gets just a little bit better, which has been a tendency for him all year. So you put the two things together, and it worked out well for us.
Thanks for taking the time,
Thank you.
Coach. Head coach Augie Garrido in his 48 seasons as a head coach, his 20th here at the University of Texas. See if Kyle can get back into the flow. He got his pace really picked up, as you mentioned right there. See if he can get it going here. First pitch misses. Hafner steps back in. Bottom third of the order due here for Kansas in the fifth. Hafner grounded to short his first time up. Popped up. Jones gives chase. Out of play. You know, we talked an awful lot all season long, Greg, about, as a hitter, about the rhythm and timing of hitting. But I do think that pitchers can get out of rhythm as well. You know, they walk around, start thinking too much, you know, trying to make it break too much instead of just seeing the signal, have tunnel vision, so to speak, play catch with the catcher.
And there's days when you go out and you want to have all your pitches working, and they're not. You're forcing that one that's not working, and then you start thinking about it.
Misses upstairs and a leadoff walk. Third walk issued by Kyle. He's also hit a batter in the ball game.
And then there's those games where you struggled, and that starts to enter back in your mind. Like, oh no, is this going to start again? It's not easy to get out there each time and have your best stuff. You battle, you compete.
Wheeler takes that breaking ball for a strike.
And you're probably up there going, wait a minute. The guy hasn't given up a run. He's only given up one hit, and that was a misplayed ball by the outfielder. But it has been a struggle. He's got 74 pitches in the 5th inning. That's a lot of pitches.
It is. We talked about 17, 17, 16, 17, 18. And now 7 already here in the 5th. The 0-2. Made a mistake there and got away with it. His timing disrupted this week, though, after pitching Sunday. Coming back pitching on Friday. Didn't have a bullpen session, so fastball catches the corner. Third strikeout of the ball game for Kyle Johnston.
That's the one you want to bottle up right there. That was a good, firm fastball outside part of the plate. A good pitch. You don't freeze too many hitters on a fastball.
TJ Martin steps in, sophomore from Overland Park. Struck out his first time up. Kansas 1 for 7 now with runners on in the ball game. They were outstanding with 2 outs in game 1. Pop to right, Mathis under. Second out of the inning. Maroney will come to the plate, 0 for 2. Back to the top of the order. Three for 8 on the day. Maroney snap throw to first. Nice job by Clemens. See Barrera saying nice job right there. Pick me up.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, his pace is much better. You don't see him walking around. He's getting the ball, get back on the mound.
The only thing that can disrupt his pace now is if a Kansas hitter steps out or something, but he's got a good rhythm going.
Over the top of that breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Caught him on the corner. Kyle Johnston's found it. Breaking ball, fastball, and then paints the heater. Second game of a doubleheader. If you're just tuning in, Kansas won the first ball game 11-5. Texas cruising here in the bottom of the 5th and leads 7-0. Some changes for the Kansas Jayhawks defensively. Michael Tinsley had been behind the plate. Not sure if he's still behind the plate. Says looks like him in a different jersey than we anticipated. We do have some changes in the lineup. Marabelli is at third. Tommy Marabelli. Patrick Mathis will lead it off here. We'll give you the changes as time goes on. Here, got to bring you up.
I think
today.
Ryan Podajacek has moved to first.
Mathis hits it to center. Hafner still in the game. Over to make the play for the first out of the inning. Podajacek with the big glove now. Moving over to the other hot corner. Mirabelli in at third base. Tyler Rand steps in. Rand has singled, popped to right. Two-0. Big swing and a miss. The 2-1 delivery. Tried to check his swing. Second at bat in a row where we've seen Tyler start the bat and can't stop it. He came back the last time, though, and got a base hit on the next pitch.
We'll see what happens this time. Trying to figure out who the catcher is.
Well, it's not the number we were given, 34. That pitch in there for a strike, but it looks like it remains Tinsley. But he's wearing a different jersey top than the number we were given at the start of the ball game. Maybe he changed jerseys.
Maybe he got too sweaty or something. I don't know.
2 quick outs for Davis. That is Tinsley.
Yeah.
Second strikeout for Davis. Travis Jones steps in. His 4th plate appearance in the ballgame. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Doubled in the first and scored. Struck out in the second and singled in the third. Back out of play. Jones steps back in. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, big day here on Longhorn Network. 12 o'clock, Texas Game Day. Ricky Williams and David Thomas. Ball line to right. 3rd hit of the night for Travis Jones, and the 10th of the ball game for Texas. Spring game, orange-white spring game, brought to you by Weber Grills. 1 o'clock kickoff. And of course, we'll have game 3 of this weekend series between Kansas and Texas at 4:30 right here on LHN. Texas has been good with 2 outs in this ball game. They're 6 for 11 now on the night. Joe Baker steps in. Baker has reached on an error and scored in between a couple of strikeouts. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. Just foul.
Well, you bring your glove, but you got to get down on the ball. Right through the 5-hole.
NHL.
That was it.
NHL playoffs are going on, and that would be a goal right there.
That might be a game winner. Here we go. I mean, this ball's hit hard. 3rd base ump right on it, calling it foul.
Got a big hop right there. big hop.
Right.
No, you got an in-between hop. To be a good fielder, you got to have good feet. He didn't move his feet well.
Get his hind end down a little bit. Spread the legs.
Chin
get the
up.
glove on the ground.
Chin up. Two and one to Baker. Out of play, and the count evens. Two and two to Baker. Got him. Third strikeout of the game for Joe Baker. First inning, Texas has not gotten on the board, but they still lead here 7-0. Two head coaches here tonight at their respective clubs. Aguirre with Texas and Rich Price with Kansas. Both had stints as head coaches at Cal Poly. Aguirre from 70 to 72, 3 seasons, 186 ball games. Rich Price had 8 seasons at Cal Poly before becoming the head coach here at Kansas. These two guys have known each other a long, long time.
Yeah, they go back to when Rich Price was coaching in junior college out there in California.
Had a lot of players go to play for Coach Garrido at Cal State Fullerton. Patayachuk will step in. Senior. First baseman now. He'll lead it off. Ryan, 0 for 1 in this one. Has walked and struck out. No runs, 1 hit. 1 error for Kansas. 7 runs on 10 hits. No errors for Texas. Right down Broadway. And it's 2-1.
85 pitches for Kyle. Now, there has been some movement in the Texas bullpen. There have been guys just playing some light toss.
He's trying to go quickly. I would think this is the 9th 3-ball count of the night. Kyle Johnston.
Well, it depends on that leadoff hitter. If he gets on, you'll probably see the pen start to get hot.
So the leadoff walk. It's the 4th walk issued.
3rd leadoff walk.
3rd straight inning with a leadoff walk. McLaughlin will step in. Matt is grounded to short and flied to center. Not free and easy. I would think there would be some activity start to take place in the Texas bullpen. You can see Johnson stretching a little bit right there.
Yeah. And once you start to throw fastballs 56 feet, something's going wrong.
Yeah. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Good one there, and it's 1-2.
Blake Wellman was throwing, and now everyday Travis Duke is back up. He might break that record this weekend.
The 2-2. On the ground, this could be 2. To Baker, nice turn. 4-6-3, a ham and egger and a beauty.
Yeah, that was a good play. good pitch and a good turn. Singh gets in position to throw this ball. Pivots. Nice feed to Joe Baker. Nice throw to Casey over there at first.
Michael Tinsley steps in. He's got 34 on his chest again. Did he rip his jersey? I swear he wasn't wearing that behind the plate the last time he was playing defense.
He could have done something, and they mended it up.
Maybe. He's got it back on now.
He was wearing 21. I don't miss that number.
Off speed, catches the corner, and the count even. Tinsley, 1 for 2 in this one. And he is 4 for 6. Check swing foul. Steps back in. Downstairs, and the count evens. Change up, and it's a full count. 98th pitch of the ball game coming. 10th plate appearance for Tinsley. 42 pitches, 8 appearances, excuse me. 42 pitches he's seen. Be 43 after this next one. That's taking pitchers to deep counts.
Making pitchers work. That's why pitch counts get up. Kyle continues to battle.
Breaking ball hit well to center. Rand will have to play it on a hop. Michael Tinsley can hit. 3 in the first game, 2 here in the second game. He's got 5 hits tonight. And both hits against Kyle Johnston.
Keeps his hands back really good.
Colby Wright will step in. Just misses downstairs. 100 pitches now in the ball game. Seems to have better command of his breaking ball right now.
Good feel. Good feel for it.
Wright lays off of that one. And it's 2-1. Just misses downstairs. Devin Foyle awaits on deck.
Switch hitting Devin Foyle.
Fourth pitch of the night in there for a strike. That ties the season high for Johnston. This will be a new season high this next pitch. 3-2 count. They'll have to go across the diamond, will the Texas infield. Fights it off. Into center, that's going to fall in for a base hit. Rand's throw is high to third, gets away off of the screen though, down to second base, goes right on the throw. So Rand will be charged with the 4th error of these 2 games. All 4 have been outfielders, all 4 errors.
You have to wonder about that right now. You've got a 7-0 lead. The runner was already It was 3-2. He was off with the pitch. You come a long way to get it. I mean, if you think you have that good arm, he's already on the bag when the ball's overthrown. He's lucky it didn't go in the dugout, cost him a run and 2 bases.
Johnston will remain in the game as Devin Foyle will step in. Change up, misses upstairs. Foyle 0 for 2 in this one, but had a huge ball game in game 1 where he drove in 5. Hits this ball into the gap. He's going to drive in 2 more. This ball goes all the way to the wall. Foyle holds up at second with a 2-run double. Just couldn't make the pitches he wanted to get out of the frame. I would think that would be all for Kyle Johnston.
This pitch, fastball, it was down. Devin Foyle with his 7th RBI on the day. 2 more RBIs with 2 outs for Kansas. This team's not giving up. They're going to go to the left-hander. Travis Duke jogging in from the bullpen. We'll be back.
When you need.
Well, Houston Street with 105 appearances in his career here at Texas. Travis Duke, this will be number 106, tying him with J. Brent Cox and Randy Boone. And they're all 3 are right behind Austin Wood with 118 appearances in his years here at Texas. So Travis Duke coming on, moving into second place tie. 106 appearances. 23rd so far this season. Leads the Big 12. 23 appearances, just 15 innings. He comes in, he gets his out, and he gets out of there. But has been doing a good job. When you only have that many innings, you give up a run here or there, your ERA is going to go up, and it's still at a 3.5. Did a good job in the first game, came in and got a strikeout, I believe, of Joe Van Affen.
So Duke into the game for the 106th time in his career. That's some elite company for the senior from Pearland. 7-2 ball game now, as Devin Foyle has had a career day. 5 RBIs in game 1, 2 here in game 2. Hefner will step in. He has walked and grounded to short. First pitch downstairs for ball 1. Duke faced Hefner in game 1. And a 3-pitch strikeout against Hefner. Fouled off. Counts 1-1. Breaking ball. Fouled out of play. 1-2. Getting loose twice in a doubleheader, really, once you get loose for the day, even though you go in between games, really not that difficult to come back and get loose in the next one, especially if you didn't use a lot of pitches.
That's right. It all depends on the pitch count. I think Travis maybe threw 5 pitches in the first game.
Time awarded. You did the right thing to do. Go ahead and make your pitch. Try to stop. If you got a smart hitter, come right back with the same pitch. If you got a not a very smart hitter, come back with a different pitch. That's what I always felt.
That was a good pitch.
It was. The 1-2. Back to the fastball and got it.
Same exact location. Travis Duke comes in, does his job.
Okay. 7-2 ball game. Texas. 7 runs on 10 hits, have scored in every frame except the 5th. The Jayhawks came back with 2 of their own in the top of the 6th. One of those guys that got one of those runs will lead it off again as Barrera led off. He was the first guy to face Davis when Davis came into the game. And Zeke hit one into the darkness of the night.
I'm telling you, one of the furthest I've seen hit here, even new bats, old bats, any bats, wooden bats, Congress Bridge bats. And I don't know if that was a slip pitch or if that was on purpose.
You know, I don't think there was anything. The velocity said it was a changeup.
And he slipped.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything on purpose to that. Back here.
That wasn't a changeup.
Well, it didn't have the normal velocity. He's been about 86 to 88.
Cat and mouse now.
Davis has missed the first pitch to 7 straight batters for Texas. Breaking ball in there for a strike and the count even. Hey, you give up one that far, I don't think you're going to be throwing at anybody. I mean, hey, look, I threw it. He hit it. Ball pull foul. It's 1-2. Used his glove good that time, made the play. It was a good throw, too. I think he hit his target. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Just misses. Count evens.
He might try that little curveball again. He better be careful.
Don't leave it there.
We might see another one out there in the tree.
Popped up, going back. Tinsley able to put it away for the first out of the inning.
He wanted to just get out in front of it. That one a little slower from Davis.
Casey Clement steps in. He's 1 for 2. He has popped to short. Singled, walked, and scored. Again, misses with the first pitch. Davis has been behind almost every Longhorn batter he's faced. Good hitter's pitch coming. Good hack at that, just didn't get on top of it. And it's 2-1. Another big day tomorrow, Zeke. Longhorn football. Have it for you right here on LHN. 12 noon. It all gets started with Texas Game Day.
Who we got on there? Ricky?
David Thomas.
Lowell.
Then at 1 o'clock, at the Orange-White Spring Game, brought to you by Weber Grills. And then 4:30, you and I will be right here for the finale of this 3-game set. Picks 3-1, catches the corner.
I might try to get here early and sneak over there.
See a little.
Can I use your credential?
You got one.
It doesn't say all access. I'm not a big shot.
Full count to Clements. Hit on the ground, out to second. Wright has it in time. 2 quick outs for Texas here in the 6th.
Casey upset with that strike 2 call, but in this game, you have to continue to take that at bat. Don't give up an at bat. It seems, I mean, it's a 5-run game. I mean, Kansas still has 3 at bats left. They just put up a 2 spot. Anything can happen. We saw it in the first game. They put up some runs. Just don't give up the at bat. Continue to battle.
Ball hit well to center by Gerwitz. Second hit of the ball game. He's got the big blow of the game, the 3-run homer in the first. So he's 2 for 4 on the ball game.
Jumps on the first pitch. Breaking ball up. Texas has hit the ball hard today.
21 hits now in the ball game. All right, 21 hits on the day. This ball hit on the ground, waffling across the diamond, and that does it for Texas here in the 6th. 2/3 of the game in the books. Texas leads by 5. Sometimes it's football season, well, especially in the state of Texas, as spring practice culminates tomorrow at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. A lot of things happening. You see a young freshman quarterback right there, Steve Buechele. Get your first look at the 2016 Horns and their new offense this Saturday live from DKR. Texas Game Day featuring Ricky Williams and David Thomas will kick things off at noon. Then the annual Orange-White Spring Game presented by Weber Grills begins at 1 Central. Catch all the coverage live right here on LHN or streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. And everybody's eyes will be on the quarterback position. I don't think there's a question about that. The young freshman coming in, the battle with 5 different scholarship quarterbacks on campus, so it's a lot different scenario than we've seen in the last couple of years, so it should be interesting. Travis Duke stays in the game. Marabelli, the senior from Rocky River, Ohio.
Just received a text from the host of that game day show. Wanted to remind you that Lowell Glendo is on that show as well.
Well, I know Lowell's on the show, but it was not in the card.
I know.
He will be there, no question about it. Two-1 from Duke, misses inside. It's 3-1. Go to the last third of the ball game. Texas with a 5-run lead. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Just tuning in, Kansas won game 1, 11-5. On the ground to short. Baker with it. First in time. When you're talking about football, you talk about those early enrollees. Greg, the freshman from Arlington. I think you knew his dad pretty well.
Faced him a few times.
No question about that. His brother played baseball at Oklahoma. See, we get an opportunity getting a lot of snaps with Gerard Hurd down for the rest of the spring. He will get a lot of snaps in tomorrow's Orange-White game.
Should be a
Tyrone Swoops will get a lot of snaps.
fun time around that household around October 11th or 12th every year.
Yeah. I think brothers probably would be talking about it.
You got to root for your brother. Just don't hope he wins. Hope he does well, but just doesn't win.
Martin steps in. The 2-0 or the 1-0 misses outside. Duke with a long walk all the way around the mound.
Did a full 360.
Second game of a doubleheader, Travis. Let's go. And the 2-0.
Worked.
It did. 2-1 to Martin. Maroney, top of the order, waits on deck. Right at the bottom of the zone.
Splitting the plate. Right knee high. See if he tries to sink this one a little more away. Come in. Same spot.
Didn't get the call, and the count goes full. Martin 0 for 2. Flied to right, struck out. This one on the ground again to Baker. Nice pick by Clements. Helps out Baker. And 2 quick outs here for Kansas in the 7th.
Well, Casey does such a good job of staying down. You know it's not going to take a big high hop off this turf, but watch how Casey stays down completely with that ball and then works his way up. Gets down with it, works his way up with the hop. Almost eye level.
Baker did not get his body behind that one that time. You can tell still trying to increase his arm strength. Back to the top of the order. Fastball in there for a strike. Oh for 3 in this one, but he was outstanding in game 1. He was 3 for 6. 3 for 9 on the night. His 10th plate appearance of the day.
Got the first one in. They tried to go in on Martin. He had bat before. Let's see what they try to get right here. Going away. Almost looked like an old Fernando screwball right there.
He really did turn that over, didn't he?
Yeah.
The 1-2. Barrera moved in. That ball might have been a strike. He did reach across his body, but
I believe it was on the plate.
you see, watch Barrera set up inside here, Zeke, and then all of a sudden he reaches back. I believe that ball had plate, but it's hard for an umpire to make that call when the catcher reaches all the way across his body.
They're still having a conversation back there. Tress with somebody.
The 2-2. Hit down the right field line. That's going to go for extra bases. Mathis trying to get to it. Barrera on his way to second. The sliding double. So a 2-out double. 4th hit and 10 appearances in the doubleheader.
Just inside the line. Might have hit on the line. Down the right field line.
Chuck will step in. He's walked twice and struck out. 13 consecutive games reaching base since moving into the leadoff position. Barrera. First pitch in there for a strike.
Now if you're Travis Duke, yeah, you gave up the double. You wanted to punch out, but if he's going to give you that one, you're going to take it. I would stay out there. I don't even think Chuck could reach that one.
Don't stay there, though.
No.
Count evens at 1-1.
Breeze starting to pick up.
Did he go around? He did not.
Been pretty comfortable up here in the booth tonight.
It has been. It's been a gorgeous day. Glad they moved the game because weather's coming. If the weather guessers are right. Fouled off, back out of play.
go back out with that fastball that he got the first called strike on. It's off the plate, but a tough pitch to hit and keep fair, or hit with authority anyway.
Duke set. Didn't get the call. That's exactly what he did. And it's a full count. How do you take that
pitch?
How do you take that pitch?
Right, it's been called. So as a hitter, you're thinking, I got to protect the plate, and then it's called a ball.
Hard pitch to take. It's a full count. Tied him up. We'll do it again. Duke set.
Runner takes off.
He had a running lead that time.
I mean, they're not playing the bag. They're going to let him take it. But
Duke did not look at him at all.
just haven't seen runners from second do that.
Fought it off again. He was running again.
Well, I think they should put something on right here. Even if it's not a throw, have the no look, turn and throw. But then the infielders are both way back.
Out to left. Coming on is Jones. Has it, and that ends the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at the Dish. Texas leads 7-2.
Travis fired up. Look at it.
7th inning stretch time. What better to do the 7th inning stretch than the Cotton Eye Joe right here from UFCU Dish Walk Field.
Debbie Clemens. We're going to have fun watching this rerun.
Davis out for what will be his 4th inning of work. He came on in the 4th. He surrendered a solo homer and a long solo homer to Barrera. Other than that, he's got 2 scoreless innings. Cantu out to right, playable. Under makes the play for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone for Texas here in the 7th. Patrick Mathis will step in. He has singled and scored in the 3rd. 1 for 3 on the ball game. Uh-oh, crushed it. Is he going to stay in the park? Yes, it is. Caught it a little bit on the end. Ball jumped off his bat, but caught it right out on the end of the bat and just died when it got into the air.
Took off good.
Fool both of us.
Strength of Patrick Mathis. Yeah, I thought off the bat, I thought it was at least in the bullpen, but it did. It got out there. Must have just caught it just off the sweet spot.
Man steps in. Had to take that strike. Davis had thrown 2 pitches in the inning, had 2 outs. The 0-1. Break a ball. Longest outing of Davis's career right now, 3 2/3. And it's been a good one, other than surrendering one that went into the darkness of the night. If you're going to give one up, though, give up a biggie. The 0-2.
I think the International Space Station might have that one.
Come in, Houston.
Gave up the 1. That's the 1 run, and given up 3 hits since, but 0 runs since the home run.
1-2 to Rand. Fouled off, back out of play. 2-5-1 for Kansas, 7-11-1 for Texas here.
Blake Wellman continues to throw for Texas.
Out towards center, coming on quickly. Nice diving effort. Did he come up with it? Still no call. I guess we're going to get a call now, finally. Did not see an umpire raise his arm, but that's a nice play by Hafner in center field to end the inning. Comes on, lays his body out, comes up with it. Recaps today's action here as Kansas put 11 spot on the board, came away with 11-5 victory. That's the second most runs scored all time in any game against the Texas Longhorns by the Kansas Jayhawks. Texas has a 7-2 lead here. 2 homers by the Longhorns, Gerwitz and Barrera. Tomorrow, 4:30 Central Time, Goddard against Culbreth. Looks at this point to be the rubber match of this series.
2.5.
2.5 homers because that one was far enough. You might have got to run around twice. New pitcher coming out of the bullpen is Blake Wellman for Texas.
Blake Wellman, the freshman, 6'5" from Brenham. Got an appearance against Kansas State over the weekend. Last weekend, 15th appearance, good ERA. 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He comes in. He's been doing well.
Well for Wellman. First pitch. And Blake in there for a strike. Double play ball the last time up for Matt. Really changed the complexion with Kyle Johnson, who was struggling a little bit. You could tell he was tiring. He walked the leadoff batter. Comes back, though. McLaughlin hits into that 4-6-3 double play. That's one of the turning points, really and truly, on the day for me.
After the double play, drops one into right field. After the double play, they put together 3 straight hits. Scored a couple runs until the 3rd out was made. So, yes, it was a big play.
Michael Tinsley will step in. He's 2 for 3 in this one, 3 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader. Came into this series at about 348, 349. He's got to be up in the 370s now.
377.
5 hits on the day. Fastball misses upstairs. And he's caught every pitch. We thought at one point that he might have come out of the game.
Switched one up on us.
He's caught every pitch of both games of the double dip. He's young, he's strong. Can't catch up to that. And the count evens. Tinsley steps back in. Pull foul. 1-2 now. Kansas in game 1 had their leadoff guy reach 5 times, scored 4 runs of an inning. It hasn't been the same in game 2. They've had raw opportunities with leadoff walks. When you go back and look at it, in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, their leadoff guy has not scored in this ball game. Got him. Defensive swing. Barrera holds on.
Looking for something different. Ball out over the plate, just trying to foul it off right there. Make some kind of contact.
One gone. For Wright. Comes up empty. Wright was hit by a pitch his first time up in the ball game, flied to center, and he has singled and scored. So he is 1 for 2 in this one. Right side base hit. Kansas with a little something going here in the 8th. And this guy keeps coming to the plate with runners in scoring position.
Got 7 RBIs on the day.
Devin Foyle has 7 ribbies on the day. 5 in game 1, 2 here in game 2. He's had a big week. Takes a pitch right there. He drove in a run in Wednesday's game against Nebraska Omaha. Drove in 5 in game 1 of this series. He drove in 2 in this ball game. So he's got 8 ribbies in his last 3 ball games. Popped up. Going back is Baker. Makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Some people might be thinking, why was that not called an infield fly? Well, it wasn't a routine fly ball. Joe Baker had to run a long way back to get that. Routine is when it's just popped up on the infield and you're just camped under it waiting. That was a tough play.
Hafner will step in. He's grounded to short, walked, and struck out. Skip Johnson asking how many visits he's had. I'm not sure he was going out to make a move.
No, they haven't been throwing long enough for a move to be made.
He was just checking to make sure that he had another free visit.
Well, by asking, it buys a few more pitches for the guys in the pen.
Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, Kansas and Texas culminates this 3-game series. 4:30 Central Time live right here from UFCU Disch-Falk Field. Catch all the action live on LHN or streaming on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Looks to be at this point that it is the rubber match of this 3-game series. And we're going to see a move right here.
He's wanting the left-hander, but umpire wasn't paying much attention to what was going on. Nick Kennedy.
Nick Kennedy will be coming into the game. Tell you what, you look at sort of the mid-season in the Big 12, you got to think about Ty Colbert being one of the elite pitchers in the league. He's got 6 victories.
He's been very consistent of all the pitchers for the Texas staff. Second up there in strikeouts in the conference, leads the conference in wins, right second or third in innings pitched. He's been very consistent. Only 8 walks on the season to go with 50 strikeouts.
Yeah, great command. Over a 5-to-1 strikeout ratio. Almost a 6.5 strikeouts to walks. You see his rankings right there. He's been that constant for Texas.
Yes.
He'll get the opportunity to pitch game 3 of this series. If you're just tuning in, this is game 2. The Sunday game has been moved to tonight because of weather. So tomorrow's Saturday's game will be the 3rd game of this series.
Conclude the series. Ty Colbert has the 2 losses. The 1 loss was when he came in relief against the Aggies. Gave up the home run, faced 1 hitter. Gave up a home run and took the L. Nick Kennedy, very talented freshman left-hander, still trying to find that command. He's got a real good slider, 9th appearance of the season. Falls behind, needs to get ahead of hitters. Then he can use the slider. It's very good. It's very good against left-handers. Jovan Hafner will be coming up to face him.
The upside for Kennedy, every time you see him take the mound, you can see that upside. He has little points where you go, wow. It's just consistent. It's exactly what you were talking about. It's just the ability to be able to consistently throw the ball in the strike zone with the stuff he's got.
Yeah, he's got a live fastball, good slider, good arm action. Gets rid of the ball quick. But it'll take, again, consistently getting in there and also consistently having that 0, throw up that 0 for 2 or 3 straight outings. Confidence.
Hafner steps in. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Almost hits him with the fastball for ball one.
Sugar T, Chase Sugar, throwing in the Texas pen.
Didn't get the call, right at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-0. On the ground to short. Baker will have to go across the infield. Does in time. Kennedy does his job. And the Jayhawks are retired here in the 8th. And now for the turning point, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. You know, it doesn't happen very often, but many times the turning point of the ball game can happen early in the game. Jones doubles. Barrera dives him in with a double, but the turning point, really the big one, as Gerwitz comes to the plate in the first inning, a 3-run shot changed the complexion of the ball game.
Things didn't go well in the first game for Texas. Got beat 11-5, but come out in game 2 and in the first inning put up a 4 spot. Did not give up. Sent out a statement there in the first inning with the 4 spot.
Absolutely. And then scored solo runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. Kansas came back with their 2 in the 6th. We play here bottom of the 8th. Travis Jones, career high 3 knocks here in the 2nd game, and that ball hits him.
Just keeping him there.
It hit him off the elbow pad. I'm not sure about this one.
It's the rule. Saying he didn't give an effort, but he did move. The ball is halfway in the batter's box, but they're going to say there was no effort given to get out of the way. He didn't really move until after it hit him.
You can see the fastball start to run here. Yeah, after seeing it the 2nd time, he had the opportunity right there to move his arm. He did. And so probably the proper call after getting a chance to see it the 2nd time.
All right, Travis, make him pay.
1-0. Right back nearly the same spot, and it's 2-0 to Jones. 3-hit night. Doubled and scored, struck out, singled and singled. So career high. 2-0 pitch misses. Mahoney has moved over to center. Densler has moved into right. Here, 3-0. That'll bring Joe Baker to the plate. 0 for 4 in this one, but has scored a run.
Joe hadn't had a good go of it in this ball game.
Bunted it out in front of the plate. Davis has only played a first. He does in time. Sacrifice. Goes 1-3. To put Kansas in a position, Greg, for tomorrow, obviously they're going to have a tough time. They got to come up with 5 to win this ball game. But Davis has done a great job of giving them length out of the bullpen to give them an opportunity tomorrow to save their bullpen with the opportunity to win the series.
He set a career high. I mean, he came in and gave up an absolute missile to Tres Barrera, his first batter he faced, and since then, 1 walk, 3 hits, and hasn't allowed a run. And you're exactly right, saved the rest of the bullpen.
This one hit into the corner. Coming in to score is Jones with a long single. Barrera makes it an 8-2 ball game. The last time Barrera, Greg, had a breaking ball in almost the same spot and popped it up. This time, didn't try to do too much with it.
Stayed on it.
Stayed
a little
with
more.
it.
Saw
Yeah.
the last one just pulled off. 4 for 8. 3 for 4 tonight.
Casey Clemens steps in. 1 for 3 in this ball game. 12 hits now for Texas. Career high and innings pitched for Davis. Texas has done a lot of damage in the middle part of the order in this game too. 3, 4, and 5 hitters have been productive. They're 6 for 11, 2 homers, and they're driven in 7 of the 8. Gerwitz, big blow in the first. On the ground, into center for Clements. Second hit of the ball game.
I think Mr. Davis might be getting tired. Do have someone getting ready in the Kansas bullpen. You would like to see Tyler finish this one. They just waved down to the bullpen. Got the hat waved back, meaning he is ready.
Gerwitz 2 for 4 in this one. None bigger, though, than the 3-run shot in the first. This is upstairs. Back had a pitch to hit right there.
Right on that one.
You get a breaking ball up in the zone. You can see him get that front side down. And boy, he had a good hack at it too. Right on it. And you know immediately, you can see his reaction like, oh man, I had a pitch to hit. It's been a good day for the fans as well.
It's a lot of action.
50th foul ball in the ball game by these two clubs. That means some folks in the stands are coming away with a souvenir.
Seen a kid who was down behind the Kansas dugout, got one in game 1 and got one early in game 2. He took home 2 of them.
It's easy. You get one every game you go to. The 2-1 to Gerwitz. Out to right. Densler has it, throws it back in. It just come into the game. It's amazing. You make an entrance into the ball game, the ball's going to find you
somehow.
Two gone for Cody Clements. Cody in the ball game. 1 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 4. On the ground. Vodacek has it. Over to Davis, and that ends the inning. But Texas does get on the board as Barrera drives in his second run of the ball game. And now for our most dependable player of the game, powered by Chevy Silverado. 2 for 5 tonight. But the big one of those two, the 3-run shot in the first, separated this ball game, and Texas has cruised to an 8-2 lead as we go to the top of the ninth. Nick Kennedy out to try to close it down. You noticed during the inning that Nick Kennedy went back to the bullpen, finished getting loose.
Yeah, when Skip went to the mound last inning to take out Wellman, I'm like, there's no way. They haven't been throwing long enough. Brought him in until in between innings. He went down and threw some more in the bullpen to get loose. You throw before the game, but it's been a while since they really played some catch. Just didn't seem to me that he had enough time to get ready.
Marabelli steps in, came into the ball game. He's 0 for 1 in the game. The 2-0 downstairs, and it's 3-0. Is there a huge difference, Greg? And I know that the grounds crew try to keep it the same, but I always felt like the mound in the bullpen so many times is so much different than the mound when you get out on the field.
It doesn't seem as high in the bullpen.
Yeah.
You can try all you want, but look, see how that just kind of looks flat?
It looks like it goes away out and it's more flat. You're right.
And this one has more of a crown, a bump. Maybe because this one's circle and that one's a square. I don't know.
Misses downstairs and a leadoff walk. So Martin strides to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. T.J. Martin has struck out, flied out, and grounded out his 3 plate appearances.
There's some places in the big leagues where it's a big difference.
Yes.
Especially in the opposing bullpen.
Yeah, a lot of times that's
it's not even close.
Yeah. 0-1 to Martin. Count evens. This doubleheader started at 4 o'clock this afternoon. 7 hours into the day with a 45-minute delay. Tough play. Can't come up with it as Gerwitz is in that no man's land as it came back. Patrick Matheson.
Zane's in double play depth. He's played more up the middle. It's a long run for him. Didn't look like Patrick Matheson wanted too much of that ball.
Like he couldn't see it. Neither one of them able to make the play there. Falls in for the base hit. Things that the ball always does, it comes back to the field of play, and so many times you put your head down to take off to run, and that's exactly what Gerwitz did there. He overran the baseball.
And the wind has picked up, so it's going to come back.
Misses there. Back to the top of the order. Maroney takes that, and it's 2-0, and all of a sudden a little bit different complexion now.
I know Maroney's been swinging the bat, but I would have him take a strike.
Akiaku is the runner at first. Kier Iano, it's hard to say that name. We'll get that down as he comes on to pinch run. Kiriakou. David is his first name.
Call him David.
David. Misses upstairs. Skip Johnson looks like he might be on the way to the mound right here to make a move. You know, you hope you can get through a situation, but walks, well, that's the first thing it costs you. And then you have a miscue, a play that should have been made. It goes as a base hit, but you don't get the out, and you have to go to the bullpen. And Chase Sugar will come into the game. In these types of games, when you got to come back right back tomorrow, you were trying to rest your bullpen. Texas had to use a lot of guys out of their bullpen. Now they're going to have to go to one of their guys that they count on, their 8th or 9th inning guy, and what is basically an 8-2 ball game.
Yeah, 8-2 ball game, but we've seen Kansas score a lot of runs today, and they've been able to do it in multiple innings. They scored a lot of runs in the first game, and right now the last thing you want to do in this ball game when you're in control, you're in command of this ball game, is to let it get back to a close, let them tie it up here in the 9th inning. They would have to score 6 runs, but you don't walk people in the 9th inning. Nick Kennedy walked 2 of the 3 hitters he faced here in the
changed the momentum, because obviously the rubber match at this point will be tomorrow afternoon. We'll have it for you here at 4:30. When you do that, the momentum of a ball game picks up and goes from one to the other, folks. And I think that's what I feel right here is you can see second half of this game, Kansas has outplayed Texas. And really and truly, they got a good job out of their bullpen, and their bullpen is rested and ready to go for tomorrow.
And it's been, the 9th inning has been an Achilles heel for Texas. They've been outscored like 4-1.
Yeah, 25-7
in the 9th inning. So it's in the back of their minds as a team, as a bullpen. When you come in the ball game and you tense up. I mean, it's a tense moment, but you want to get through this tonight so you can split the series today and have a chance to win the series tomorrow. But it starts now with Chase Sugar coming in.
Well, just earlier this season, Texas against the Cal Bears had a 6-run lead going into the 9th and did not secure that victory. Chase Sugar comes into the game. He's the freshman from Bridge City, 5'10", 180-pounder. As he comes on here, Texas has out-hit Kansas 13-8 and lead here 8-2. What can you tell us about Chase?
Well, he's found his groove again. He has been throwing the ball better. Had a good live fastball at Kansas State. Had a good live fastball at Oklahoma, somewhere in the range of 96 to 97. He's getting the feel again. He lost the feel for the off speed, the slider, but getting back out there and throwing up some zeros has been a big confidence boost for Chase.
Chuck will lead it off. I mean, not lead it off, but step in here with the bases loaded. And, 2 hitters down the line, you have a really good hitter in Tinsley. So a little tense moments at the end of the game here. Nothing tense about that. Reach back, let it go, and throw it by him.
It looked harder at 93. They had some giddy up on it. Some late giddy up.
Just misses outside, and the count evens. Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs.
I wouldn't go to anything fancy right here. You've thrown 3 fastballs, 2 by the hitter. Chuck. I'll stick with that.
Misses upstairs, and the count evens. Longhorns double play depth in the infield. Ball hit well into the gap in left center. Jones, can he get there? He cannot. This is going to go all the way to the wall. This could clear him. They actually hold the runner. Barrera at third, and it's an 8-4 ball game. Up, out over the plate. Chuck just goes with it into the gap.
He got his hands extended. Good job, because he had 2 fastballs thrown right by him, but they were middle in to in. That one he was able to extend his hands.
The tying run is in the on-deck circle. It's one of the things you start looking at. Breaking ball misses outside.
Well, you want to out.
Yes. Laughlin 1 for 4 as he steps in here. Count even at 1-1. Texas has been outscored in the 9th inning now, 27-7 on the season. Hard to explain. On the ground, Baker has it, played to first in time, coming in to score. Barrera, and it's a 3-run ball game. But that important first out, Greg, that you were talking about right there.
Anytime you get late in the game like this, from the 7th inning on, you're just counting outs. You want to get outs, and you'll take another out and give up another run right here.
Tinsley was a strikeout victim his last time up. He is 5 for 8 in this doubleheader. First pitch in there for a strike. The run at third means nothing. Want to get the outs at the plate. Good pitch there. Quickly 0-2.
Start him off breaking ball away, fastball away. Doesn't seem to handle that one as much.
Ooh, that was close to a balk. Looked to be like he started up and stopped.
Tinsley kind of pointed like thought it was.
This is down and in. Good location with that breaking ball there. And it's 1-2. 10th plate appearance on the day for Tinsley. He's seen 52 pitches, averaging over 5 pitches per at bat. Just keeps the at bat alive. Here in the on deck circuit, look out.
There's another protected swing right there, just trying to foul it off.
This is upstairs. Tinsley over 400 with runners in scoring position. This season, Kansas 2 for 8 on the night with runners in scoring position. No. Keeps the at bat alive. Sugar set. Tinsley lays off the high fastball. Tying run if Tinsley reaches in the on deck circle. Line to center for a base hit. It's an 8-6 ball game, and now the tying run will come to the plate. Greg, that young man has a great approach at the plate.
He doesn't try to do too much. Sounds simple, but he doesn't have a home run. He doesn't have a triple. He's got plenty of doubles and plenty of just base hits. He's got a good approach at the plate.
6 for 11 in the doubleheader. Right, 2 for 3 in this one. First pitch in there for a strike. If you're thinking about a long ball, Kansas has only hit 8 home runs all season.
Colby Wright with one of them.
4 in the inning here in the 9th. Tying run at the plate now. Breaking ball misses outside. Foyle awaits on deck, and he's been outstanding in this doubleheader. That's a good breaking ball right there for a strike.
A little slower. Wasn't as firm as the pitch before.
Did he swing? He was getting out of the way, but the barrel of the bat looked like it might have crossed the plate.
No ask by the home plate umpire.
Watch the barrel of the bat right here as he starts forward. Oh, he stopped it before it did. Where's he going? And then a 2-2 count.
And he was thinking it hit him. But Tinsley stayed at first. That could have been a catastrophe for Kansas right there if he wanders to second and you could throw him out.
Couldn't figure out where was he going. Tinsley did the smart thing. He went right back to the bag.
Right.
Payoff pitch coming. Don't think Tinsley will be running here. Texas 13 hits. Kansas now with 10. Just gets a piece of it. The payoff. On the ground to second for 1. The relay, double play, and the ball game is over. Texas holds on for an 8-6 victory here in game 2. Greg, it's never easy sometimes.
Hey, right now that Texas team will take the victory. Yeah, it was tough there in the 9th inning, but they pull it out 8-6.
Well, you look at this ball game, Texas had a commanding lead in the game, led at one point 7-0. Kansas comes back, gets back in the ball game, makes it an 8-6 ball game. Final score here from Austin, Texas. Texas 8, Kansas 6. We'll have the final game of this 3-game set, the rubber match series, tomorrow at 4:30 here on Longhorn Network. It's interesting to me that Ty Colbreth put in this situation. I don't think we've seen him pitching in a game 3 situation when a series is on the line.
Yeah, for Texas, good. I mean, it's good for Texas because he has been very consistent. He's staying on his Saturday day, so it's nothing new for Ty Colbreth. He'll come out tomorrow and he'll give Texas a good chance to take the series.
Our entire crew did a marvelous job tonight for 2 games over a course of 8 hours. For Greg Swindell, I'm Keith Merlin. Now we send you to the LHN studios with the Eyes of Texas.